Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be digging into one of the biggest news in the stock market right now, or for the last few days anyway, that has been happening and shaping the markets, and that is the rising tensions between Israel and Iran that are kind of affecting the oil prices, stocks, and also the investor sentiment. This isn't investment advice, so it's just seeing what's going on and understand what's happening and why it matters to your portfolio and possibly my portfolio. Um, so let's go and dive straight into it. So as you can see, this is a map of Israel and Iran. So surprisingly, it's a few countries in between, but they are actually fighting against each other. And in recent weeks, a sharp escalation has actually happened between these two. And while these tensions aren't new, the markets are actually reacting quite differently this time. And I think that's because of the oil infrastructure getting hit quite badly. So Iran's influence through these Houthis, it's like a little faction in their country, and combined with Israel trying to assert defensive posture, it's basically turned it into a flashpoint, especially for the oil shipping lanes, and especially the Persian Gulf near Qatar is the major talking point right now. And the oil market correction has kind of gone like this. And at the minute, it's spiking between 85 and 90 per barrel. But today, we've actually gone down, at time of recording, actually down to $70 per barrel, which is actually quite good. However, there has been a recent strike on the infrastructure, like I said. That's probably what's causing the dip a little bit. So the reason why it's going up and down and majorly going up as well is because the fears of supply disruption has pushed the prices up, and due to the weak global demand, especially from China and the US higher production, they're definitely pushing them, back. And it's a tug of war between the risk and the economic fundamentals. And people are saying, especially analysts, saying that there's a direct disruption to supply. If that don't happen, or if it does, then we could see oil hitting all-time highs. But if there's a sudden escalation, it can go anywhere. It can go up, it can go down, depending on what actually happens. And global stocks have been mixed, especially US markets dipped briefly, especially on the concerns in the Middle East, and have recovered due to earnings and the inflation data. But energy stocks like Chevron have seen modest gains amid the rise in crude prices. I know defense sector names are also up, as they anticipate increased spending. But some stocks in emerging market ETFs, especially those in the Middle East, have underperformed due to that. And here's the chart that shows for the last month of what the gains were. I know Chevron is down about 5% in the last 3 or 4 months, but due to the recent tensions, it's actually kind of erasing that loss at a minute. So where do we go from here as an investor? Like, what have we got to do? So realistically, if you are in one of these companies or in one of these ETFs, or you just are interested to see what the next steps are, then we've got to watch the oil inventories and the OPEC decisions very closely. Keep an eye on any shipping lanes or potential military escalations in that region. And the inflation data, because if higher oil could feed into consumer prices as well. But the bottom line is, as always, markets hate uncertainty, and the Middle East remains a wild card, which could make oil and risk assets overnight, and that could be a problem. But, you know, it is what it is. Unfortunately, we can't help it. But we can help our portfolio the best we can. If we are in one of these companies and you are seeing a downturn, best time to buy, really. Add more shares. But like I say, this isn't investment advice. It's only what is happening and what's happening to your portfolio, or what could be happening. But as for me and my portfolio, I would be probably adding to a few of these companies, especially the strong fundamental ones like Chevron. But let me know in the comments, do you think oil is going to head to new time highs, or do we think the headwinds will keep a lid on the prices. But also remember, this video is informational purposes only, and if you did enjoy, please leave a like, hit the subscribe button if you found this useful, and if you want to see any more market updates. And I'll see you next time.